flip it over, and we're going to continue on with that one window I started a couple days ago. So this one right here, it's coming out pretty good. There's some good color. So we're going to work on this one tonight. Hopefully the camera's set up. Let me do some minor adjustments, see if I can make it even better. Let's see, turn on my water. I have my 220, my rusty trusty, well, it's not rusty, my 220 grit sintered burr. There's a lot of brown right here I have to get off yet, so we'll start there. I'm just using a light touch. I have the lights on it really good so you can see how deep I'm going. There's a little defect right here that needs to be fixed. You see how it's all brown right there right now. We'll get that color to come out. I have to find the right angle to hold it right. So I keep the pressure on the stone even while I'm cutting in those funny angles. A little crevice right there I got to get into. You know, I have a 220 burr that's a little more worn. That'll work better to get to these little creases. So these sintered burrs, they wear down to nothing. So I have several different ones in different, states of wear. We start out pretty big, but one of the things about having multiples, once they start wearing out and getting small, you can save those for instances just like this, because these little ones that are wore down a little really get into those crevices. And I could see on this one right here, there's a deep crevice right here, and there's one here, and there's one there. Oh, and here too, I got to do a little work there yet. So the big one, it hits the sides, and over here on the sides, it's higher here, the fire. Yeah, and if I hit it, I risk burning through and ruining the stone. So I get a narrower point, so I get right in here, so I don't rub against the sides. And I use a really light hand. That's one of the things that you really have to pay attention to. Using the light hand, and you just cut a little and look a lot. There's no real rush. You want to preserve and make the stone as beautiful as possible. Of course, you can only cut what's there, but like that. looks like my lens may have got a little blurry there. Let's see, get something to wipe that off with. There we go. Alright. There we go. A little like mud pocket right there I need to dig out. So I really want to go to 280 now. That one area that had the peeling going on kind of peeled a little more. I want to see if my 280, which is a little less aggressive, it will help me not vibrate anything loose. So I'm going to use my smaller head 280 for right now. So I'm still working on those crevices. But let's see if I can get the lights over here. I can focus. So they're coming out some more. Hey everybody, I see I have a few people watching now. I'm carving this piece of fire agate. I've been working on it for a couple days, so this has been a running series. I still got to get a bunch of brown out of here. There's some little peeling right in there I have to smooth out and transition. I still left a lot of brown on there because I don't know what's going to happen up front here. So I'm switching out to my 280 burr, 280 Nova, and see what we could find here, making it better. Getting right where that problem is. That color's coming along. See that? It's getting better. It's got some nice color in it. It's coming out. Look at that. Woo-wee. There's still brown here. I gotta work over here too. Alright. Still to blend this edge right over here. There's some pink down there, so I'm kind of show you. Let me get it wet. Some hot pink right in this corner here that I'm trying to see if I could chase it. A little bit more, at least expose some more of it. There's like a little shell of brown right here. You notice how I'm using the back side of that bird to get in there? What do you think? It's almost like a little grape leaf or something, huh? It's a leaf. I'm gonna dry it off to see if there's any, what it looks like, how smooth it is, if it's ready for the next step. So what I'm looking for now is any kind of obvious defects. I like to get a pencil. Look, I see there's like a line right there. It's got to come out. Still got to smooth this out. Got to get there. Got to get all of this. No, that's done. A little bit there. Got to dry it out to see if there's any spots you got to work on. A little trick so you know what you have to go over. Okay, carry on. Where's that line at? Can you hear it? Yes, I got it. Gotta get there some more. I'm just drying it off to see if I got inside that crevice. It's looking pretty good. Still needs some work, but it's much better. Oops, I just dropped it. here some more. A little bit there. That one's better. Okay, let's continue. Had we have technical difficulties. My phone just fell. Oh, let's see if I get it back in. Okay, let's see. Sorry about that, folks. Had some technical difficulties there. I'm still having a few. Let's see. There we go. Oh. All right. Sorry about that. Let's check to see. Oh, there it got loose again. Shoot. So I could maybe take the case off my phone. Might fit better. Let's see. There we go. That should work. And let me see what I was trying to look at. Yeah, it takes a lot right there. Okay. Green's really coming out right there. What do you guys think? Getting the brown out? Let's see, let's dry this off. See how we did in those crevices. There's a little bit more down in this one, front one. Get that. There's a flat spot, right? What was it? Right there. Alright. See, now I'm kind of getting down to the nitty gritty, and some of these flawed areas here, I have to just go for it and try to cut them out. And if it burns through the fire there, then it's going to be a smaller stone. There's like nothing I could do about it. If I leave it, it's going to make it, it's not going to look right. So it is what it is. You get to that point sometimes where you have to start deciding, hey, is this, hopefully I could cut it out, but if it doesn't cut out before I burn the fire, it's going to be a smaller stone. But I do everything I can to preserve it, because I don't want to. I want to have it, if it's pretty, I want to keep it. So I still go lightly, just to try to take off the bare minimum to alleviate the problem, and hope that it doesn't burn through the fire in the process. You know, like I said before, I can only cut what's there. Guys, so that's looking pretty good. I think a little area right down here. See if I can get in there. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go to my 1200. Let me double check. I think it's real good and smooth everywhere. Oh, just one spot there, and right there. Two now. See what that crevice looks like. We probably work that a little better too. Right in there. The rest of it looks pretty good. So there, and there. Alright. There we go. Almost. I got it. Almost. A little bit more. A little bit more contouring. Getting all the transitions smooth. We'll worry about the back and sides after we get the face. Okay, so there, and then here. I think that's going to cut out anyway. That's going to cut out. Oh, where's the other spot? Oh, yeah, over here. Like I got most of the brown out. That's going to be a really nice one. Lots of color in that. This. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to the 600 now. Dry it off and double check. How long have we been going for? 53 minutes. Let's go over it with the 600 and see what it looks like. I think I'm going to stop this one for now. We'll pick it up um, the next time. Tomorrow I'll put out another one, and we'll go to this burr next, the 600 grit Nova. We were using the 280. We got most of that brown out, got a lot of colors showing. So we'll see you guys next time. Please remember to like and follow, turn on the notifications so you can get notified when I go live and continue these examples of my fire agate carving process. If you guys want to learn, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I freely share my knowledge. You could get burrs through me. I sell the 6-piece burrs and the super polish that I use at the end. You'll see the results. I'm a Diamond Pacific dealer, and we do gem shows here in California and in Arizona. Thanks for sharing some of your time with me. You guys have a great day.